Every year, the holiday season creates a tidal wave of online sales. $1.2 trillion was spent last holiday season alone. But here's the truth. Most eBay sellers won't be able to cash in on this sales opportunity simply because their eBay stores aren't ready. That's why in this video today, I'm going to break down the 11 signs that'll prove that your store is ready to cash in, or it's going to expose the holes that you're going to have to fix up before October hits. The beauty of this magical time of the year is it doesn't matter how big or experienced you are as a seller. If you are simply actively selling throughout this period, then you stand the chance to be successful. So if you've been sitting on the fence about starting an eBay business, I truly believe that right now is the perfect time of year to be starting. And I've got you covered. Linked in the description below is a launch strategy. It'll literally start you from day one and have you be successful and profitable from the get-go. All right, so let's discuss the key dates that you are going to need to be ready for. My first date for you guys is mid-October. So if you're watching this video upon upload, you've got about a month to get things sorted out. So mid-October is kind of the start of the Christmas rush. People are actually starting to think about the Christmas period around about mid-October. Statistics do show that sales do increase from around this period. So you're going to need to be ready by mid-October. The next period is going to be the Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales. Now, historically, these kick off around November 28, and they range over a 4-day sales period from Friday through to Monday. However, a lot of businesses, a lot of resale tours, a lot of eBay sellers kick off their sales around November 10 for the Black Friday sales period, and they like to try and get in early and sort of catch the buzz, or at least start the wave. So you can think about that. If you're ready by mid-October, you're going to be ready for an earlier launch of the Black Friday sales period. And then thirdly, you've got the Boxing Day sales period, which is always typically December 26th all the way up to December 30. So there's something happening in every single month, October, November, December, and you really stack together a big 3 months worth of revenue. So this is why these 11 signs that we're about to talk about are going to be so crucial for you guys to tick off and nail over the next couple of weeks. Sign number 1. Okay, so you've got to be ready for those markdown sales periods that we've just spoken about. And what I mean by that is you've got to have a store subscription to be able to run a markdown sale. It's no use just having all of your items up for sale, but not having any markdown sale promotion, when that is literally what all of your competitors are going to be doing. So just understanding what those key dates are that we've just spoken about, and then choosing to run a markdown sale within your own store is going to allow you to be competitive with all of your other competitors in the marketplace. So whether you choose to do a 10%, 20%, 30%, typically the Black Friday sales period goes up as high as 40% off. Now, you might be choosing to do that on a couple of different categories within your store, or you typically, like a lot of stores will do, run an entire store markdown sale of maybe 20, 25%. That would put you in the ballpark of being competitive, but what we often find is a lot of inexperienced sellers have that private seller account or that personal seller account that isn't a store subscription account. So it doesn't cost a lot of money to access the basic store subscription. Here in Australia, it's about $24.95. But it unlocks that capability of being able to run a markdown sale and allows you to cash in on that additional revenue throughout these periods. So for sign number 1, you would have increased your subscription to a store subscription and you'll be set for the markdown sales periods to come. Sign number 2, you've built up some prior consistency worth of active listings and you have a decent amount of listings within your store. So what I'm trying to say here is you're not just waiting for the November and the Black Friday sale period or the mid-October rush of early Christmas buys. You're actually starting now. You're building the consistency within the algorithm right now, and then by the time these seasons come along, your algorithm is going to be humming along. You're going to increase the amount of impressions and page views you get on your listings naturally because you're in that authentic, consistent rhythm that we're all looking for. So there's no use waiting for those periods. Make sure you're doing it right now. Start to build up a consistent rhythm of listings, and you're going to be well on your way to just ride the wave as the months go on. Now, if you're enjoying these tips, I've got a bunch more tips that I give out to my newsletter. My newsletter is available right there in the link in the description below. Just put in your email address and I will send you tips like this on a continual basis via email. I usually do about once a week, and it'd be great to have you a part of it. Sign number 3. You've reviewed old listings. Now, this comes back to the store maintenance stuff that I talk about year round, but it's crucial more than ever before to make sure over these next couple of weeks that you're attending to your active listings and you're ultimately just reviewing them. Do they have optimized titles? Are the keywords at the front of the title. This is going to allow your listing to be found in the search bar when those people come in over the next couple of months. Do you have enough photos? Do you clearly show what the item is that you have to sell? Are you showing any blemishes that you may have missed when you first put up the listing? So these are all tiny little things, these little 1%ers that you just simply won't have time for when hopefully you're making a ton of sales throughout October, November, and December. So do the work now, get up front, attend to those active listings, tweak them a little bit, and that's going to help them go on to sell. Sign number 4, your pricing strategy is set in stone. And what I mean by that is a bit like the reviewing of the old listings in the sense of title and everything we've just spoken about, you're also reviewing the price point. This is arguably the most important thing when it comes to creating a winnable listing on eBay. You want to make sure that that price point is spot on. Depending on where you are on your eBay journey, if you're in those early stages of just starting out, the bottom 25% of the sold listings is where you want to be kind of positioning your price point. If you're a little bit more experienced, intermediate, then put yourself in the middle to the high price ranges of sold comps, and you're going to put yourself in a much better competition to be able to have that item go on to sell. So doing this pricing adjustment and reflection is really going to be crucial over the next couple of weeks. So make sure you're doing that now so that you're not kind of hurting yourself when people are actually starting to look a lot more in December and November, and you're pricing yourself out of it if you haven't made these changes now. So get your pricing correct, have your promoted listings turned on, because you want to be in as many buyers' eyes as you possibly can be, and those two things, price and promoted listings, are going to allow it. Sign number 5, you have organized your SKU system. Now, if you've got stock lying around the house and it's all a bit of a muddled jumble, well, this is the time to get on top of that. You want to make sure that you've got tubs like I've got behind me. You put a number on it, you go into eBay, you list what that product is, which bin, and then from there, you've dialed in your SKU system. Depending on how many items you've got, this may take a long time or this may take a short amount of time. Hopefully, it's not going to take any amount of time because you can already tick that one off your list because that is just simply the way you operate day to day. October, November, and December, the last thing that you want to be doing is focusing on finding stock that has gone on to sell and dealing with an increase in sales and an increase in struggle of knowing where your stock is. So I would take a couple of days if you need it to go through and sort out your SKU system in the month of September. You're really going to thank yourself in the months to come. Sign number 6, you've gone out to your post office and you've bought a lot of extra supplies. This is the time of the year when you're going to need it. Butcher's paper, bubble wrap, sticky tape, all of your stationery supplies, additional boxes, anything that you may potentially need over the next couple of months. Take a stock take and just grab a few more of what you're going to be needing. This is something that I always try and do around September. I go online and I buy cheap stationery and postage supplies in volume and I keep them in the cupboard out the back, so I'm never having to go to the post office other than drop off the sales that have come in. You don't want to be wasting time on postage supplies. It's the last thing you want to be thinking about. So do it now and you'll save yourself the time later. Sign number 7. You have got your postage and handling times dialed in, and you're also considering the opportunity of adding express post to your listings if you haven't done so. You've got to think about it. Christmas time, Boxing Day, even those Black Friday sales, people have got engagements, they're on holiday, they're traveling a lot more. Their constraints around their purchase of their items becomes a lot tighter in the sense of when they want that item delivered. So for you being able to offer express post in a busy holiday season might just allow your listing to beat the competition that have chosen not to put on those express post options. It's only going to cost you a few more dollars. You can obviously charge the buyer in counter for that when you do your free postage model in the sense of that new additional cost of express post, but I highly recommend it. The other thing as well is changing your shipping and handling time. If you're a 2, 3, 4+ day shipping and handling time operator, I would be trying to make yourself a little bit more competitive, especially over these next few months. 1 business shipping and handling day is sufficient enough, but if you've got the time and you've got the ability to be able to do it on same day, I would highly recommend you move it to 1 or same day. And then also too, little tip for you, if you are doing same day, go into your account settings. You can actually change the time of the day that it needs to be purchased before it's not a same day sale. So for me personally, I do midday every single day. If it sells in the afternoon, it doesn't actually need to be shipped that day, and it very quickly becomes a 1+ shipping and handling day just based on my stipulations in the account settings. So there's a little hack to still be able to offer same day shipping and handling, but only within the AM's time slot. Sign number 8. Your return policy is set in stone. You just know the way you're going to operate from a return policy standpoint. Now, I've got to say, you do need to turn on free returns. I think that is the biggest thing to allow a magnitude of sales to come in confidently on your account. Now, you might be saying to yourself, I can hear you now, Matt, I don't want to deal with the increase in returns. And look, to be fair, you're right. October, November, and December is the biggest months of increase in return statistics. However, I've only got 1% return rates on my store with all the listings that I go on to sell. So for every 100 sales, I'm only dealing with a return once. So you've got to think about that. The amount of sales that you're going to be able to generate by turning on a free 30-day return policy onto your account throughout this period, and then dealing with the 1, 2, 3 returns that you may get as a result of it, I think that far outweighs the amount of sales that you're going to be able to generate as a result of turning it on. So don't be perturbed by it. Make sure that you're turning on the free 30-day return policy. Just trust me on this one. I know it might seem scary, but it will work out for your betterment. Sign number 9, you have a bit of a cash flow buffer. Now, maybe you're saying to yourself, look, I don't have any cash flow. That's why I'm here selling on eBay. I get it. So maybe you're running a markdown sale now in a random time of the year that is early September. If you're doing that in early September, you're going to build up this little piggy bank of cash flow on the items that you sell, or maybe it's a garage sale or a flea market, maybe Facebook Marketplace, just some way to recoup a few more dollars back into your account rather than have it sitting within inventory. That's going to allow you to go out and buy great deals and targeted deals over the next couple of months to come, when you know people are going to be definitely looking for it. Sell-through rates are going to be much faster than any other time of year. The last thing that you want to do is have all of your cash flow stored up in stock that has been slow sellers all year, and you don't have the cash flow to be able to go out and source over the best 3 months of the year. This is the time to cash in. More listings going up on Facebook Marketplace, people looking for money, people selling stuff left, right, and center, and you're going to need the cash to be able to cash in on that. So however you can, make sure that you've got a bit of a piggy bank worth of cash flow to be able to go out and buy those great deals that are going to sell in a matter of days. Sign number 10. You are monitoring the best-selling categories throughout this period. Now, you've got to think to yourself, psychologically, what is a person potentially going to be looking for? Obviously, it's going to be gift ideas. So it maybe not be the items that you've typically been selling throughout the year that you're going to focus on going out and sourcing as the months roll on. You've got to think Christmas time. You've got to think Nan giving a present through to their grandchild, through the grandchild giving a present to their Nan. It's all of the situations, all of the types of products that could sell as a Christmas present is sort of the items that you need to be starting to put your focus on now. Searching for brand new product. That is the biggest tip that I've got for you when we're talking about categories that sell well. We're typically a pre-owned marketplace that we're trying to sell to, but this is the time of year where I'm going to go out and start to buy more brand new and sealed product only, have tighter margins because I know the item's going to go back and I'm going to get my cash flow back and sorted, and I'm also obviously going to get the item to sell. So think about that, brand new product and types of product that would sell during this time of year. Now, before we jump into sign number 11, what I want to do is take you through my top 5 categories of product that I think you should be looking for over the next couple of weeks. They'll be guaranteed product categories to sell before the end of the year. Coming in at number 5 is small electronics and accessories. So with this one here, I'm talking about headphones, Bluetooth speakers, smartwatches, controllers, chargers, and they don't need to be brand new sealed products. They can be in like new condition. These old pieces of tech that are in great working order still turn over lightning fast. So every single year, I'm always trying to source this type of product at this time of year, and I'm always seeing it move really, really quick. Coming in at number 4 is fashion and accessories. So think about sort of branded sneakers, handbags, wallets, all these sorts of things. Any sort of fashion accessory, again, in like new condition, you can get away with them not being brand new with tags if they're in good, clean, crisp condition. So condition really is everything this time of year, and I always try to play down the like new categorization of condition. But if you're thinking about those sorts of categories, they are going to do really well for you. Coming in at number 3, look, I've got a proven winner all year round, and that is DVD box sets. Now, there are sort of seasonal movies and sets, family movies that sort of trend really well at this time of year as well. So you can go down the movie route. However, in this DVD category, if you're finding complete show TV box set seasons, that is going to be your best turnover no matter what time of year. It certainly doesn't slow down. If anything, it speeds up in sales. So make sure you're looking for that category. Coming in at number 2, I have got toys. Toys are a fantastic one to go out and have a look for. The number 1 toy that I think you guys could try and track down to flip would be Lego. Lego has some of the best sell-through rate around, and I highly recommend you guys digging into that category on Facebook Marketplace, thrift stores, garage sales, flea markets, your friends and family, if they've got any old Lego that they want to sell. This is high in demand, fast sell-through rate, high ASP, everything you'd want to see, and kids are always looking for their Lego. Adults are looking for Lego as well. It's a great category. So I've put other things down here. I've said action figures do really well, Pokemon cards, board games do really well over the summertime, so I think that's a good one to be placing a focus on. With board games, I always do look for typically brand new and sealed anyway, so there aren't any missing pieces, but board games do come in within that sort of toy category and do sell really, really well. So have a look out for your toys. But the number one best-selling category that I think you should be searching for in any fashion that you could possibly find it is video games and video game consoles. I said DVDs was a proven winner year-round. The video games has been amazing for me this year, and I really want to triple down hard on selling more of it over the next couple of months. So some uniqueness to the video game category is it all sells. So you can sell every video game that you buy based on the fact of its price point. So if it sells for over $20, you could sell that game individually on eBay. If you have a large allotment of games that are less than $20, you can do them as a bulk listing for just $4 each. So if you've got 10 games, they're all cheap, you can sell them for $40 as a bundled lot, and they will sell like wildfire. If you have the console, I recommend you just selling the console on its own throughout the year. This time of year though that we have coming up, I'm actually going to change my video game listings, and I'm going to incorporate everything. So all of the video games and its console all into the one order, and I'm going to put that average sale price up even higher. Typically I would do just the console and the controllers only, and then let people go out and find the games that they want. But when you're gifting video games, you kind of want to gift video games with some console as well. So the bundled complete set of video game and console is always the way to go at this time of year. So the way that we list in that category is slightly going to change over the next couple of weeks, but they would typically be the 5 best-selling categories. There is another category that I haven't mentioned, which would be like your Christmas decorations and ornaments and gift cards and all those sorts of things. If you could try and find anything sort of Christmas related, September and October is where they're trying to buy it. Christmas lights, all these sorts of things. So you can think just Christmas themed, and it's generally going to sell like better than any other month throughout the year. So a couple of suggestions, I thought I'd leave you with those. Let's get back to sign number 11. Sign number 11, you are mentally prepared for this time of year. This is the number one reason that I alluded to in the intro, that people just weren't ready because their stores weren't ready, because their mindset wasn't ready. You just don't realize the surge in sales that comes from selling on eBay and being an online retailer at this time of year. Maybe this is the first time that you've chosen to dabble on eBay, and maybe you started in the early midpoint of the year, February, March, April, May, June. You've never actually been exposed to this time of year coming up. So just simply being aware from this video today, let me know if this video has just turned a light bulb on for you in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. But this is the time of year to be dialed in, switched on, fully aware, and putting all of these plans in place to absolutely dominate the next couple of months. And who knows, you might have a couple of grand extra than you ever thought of otherwise. Now that is how I am preparing for the months to come. I've had a real surge in sales historically in my own store over the last 5 years of being a full-time eBay seller. So I know there's going to be no different obviously over the next couple of months that I'm expecting. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it and ready. Like I said, that newsletter, make sure you check that out. Go and add your details. I'll be able to give you more hints and tips. And if you haven't started selling it on eBay, please make sure you check out the link in the description below for our launch strategy. It's really going to help you. I've seen tremendous results from the guys that have given it a go. Now guys, I've got a great video, one right here, which has got a ton of tips, a lot of tips kind of like what you saw in this video, just a whole lot more of them. And they're kind of specific to eBay in general. So I'm gonna leave you with that video right here. I think you get a lot of use out of it. We'll see you over there for that one.